right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that you do to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rachakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who were well. Peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakathum. And the plot thickens, man. The plot thickens. Okay, I almost want to title this shh, because the Congress, they just passed this bill last night, overnight. Look how fast these bills and this legislation is coming through, man. I didn't even hear that they even brought this up for a vote, but they basically voted that you can't speak against, you know which group of people I'm talking about. But basically, you're going to be labeled as anti-S for anything, okay? Now, they boiled this all the way down. This is basically groups like the ADL, all right? Guys like Jonathan Greenblatt, who runs the ADL. Their internal policy, things they get behind the scenes on YouTube and Twitter and places like that, and control the policy of these companies. But they basically imported their policy into legal legislation now, where if you deny certain events that happened, to a certain group of people that happened in the 40s, 30s, and 40s, all right, if you say it didn't happen, or if you even say, well, the number they gave was 6 million, which I believe some of it happened, but I believe that the numbers were heavily fudged, But if you deny that, if you even criticize that guy over there, Netanyahu, okay, if you even criticize them on what they're doing, that's now considered, anti-S, on paper, legally. Now, they have the ability to prosecute these things, okay, or they will if this thing passes, which it will, because nothing ever comes up that quickly, gets passed that quickly in the House. That won't be approved in the Senate. Okay, let's be real. And we all know that corpse in the Oval Office, he's just gonna sign it. Okay, and that's just gonna be what it is. So the famine of the word, read Amos the 8th chapter, read 2nd Measures the 5th chapter, read Ezekiel 7, starting at verse 25. All right, and you'll see that the scriptures speak about this clearly. All right, that there's gonna come a day where the truth, the wisdom is gonna be withdrawn, man. All right, and how are they gonna withdraw it? By passing these things privately, man. See, they've been having councils on these things that were not public, even though these things are passed by public officials. The public officials are just there to make you feel like you had a say in the matter and say, look, we voted, but most people didn't even know where this is coming from, man. And all of a sudden it's passed in the House. All right, and so now you just got to deal with it. Now that's going to show bad in a poll or something, or in approval ratings, but ultimately these people can't do anything, man. Eventually y'all are going to realize what we've been telling you is that this place is run by the devil, not just America, but the entire world, what's colloquially known as the West. All right, it's the counterpart of Satan running things on the earth, man. Okay, and it's gonna get much, much, much worse. Imagine what's happening to those people over there in Gaza. That's coming to America, man. All right, that's coming to America. All right, like Eddie Murphy. All right, and the plagues are gonna intensify, man. Okay, so man, this thing took off quick, didn't it? Basically, ever since this eclipse, you started to see things ramp up. Now, there was the one back in October 7th or October 14th that we had, and boom, things ramped up over there. And you had this other, the main solar eclipse just happened in April, and boom, day after day, week after week, more developments have been happening rapidly, man. Okay, and it's getting worse and worse. The earth is getting, or the nations, I should say, are getting into a more bellicose, warlike spirit. All right, they got it on their mind, so to speak. It's like, you was in high school, you hear two guys kind of beefing with each other, They talking about each other separately, but eventually the time comes where they link up, where they meet. Okay, it might be after school, it may be during lunchtime, whatever. But they fight, man, because that's what happens. The scriptures say, as the vapor of smoke go behind a fire, so does reviling happen before blood. So when people start doing these reviling means to say harsh things or speak harsh things against somebody. When people start doing that, it always, bloodshed always follows, man, always. Okay. Now, is the earth at peace at the moment, or is everybody in turmoil, man? How is the richest nation in the world crying out, all right, complaining, you know? And like I said in the video I did earlier, if these college students on these protests don't chill out soon before this election thing really ramps up, Esau is going to show y'all who he really is, man. All right, he's already arresting them already, man. And they hadn't even really got that bad. They've broken a single window out of all the college campuses. A single window has been broken. But they're still being arrested and thrown onto the ground and things of that nature. All right? So you got to keep those things in mind and remember, somebody brought this up today. I was watching a video where they said even during the Black Lives Matter protests, they didn't do this. They didn't have cops taking Jake out and throwing protesters to the ground. And I remember that because I was watching the video and it was just a bunch of niggas, man, walking out of the Nike store with a bunch of, there's no cops doing nothing, man. As a matter of fact, these bricks started showing up magically on pallets. It's almost like Esau wanted you to do that. All right, there was no crackdown. They let those protests rage on, man. They destroyed, millions and millions of dollars in property damage because Esau was okay with you riding over George Floyd. Okay. But notice, as soon as you riot out against the men who are really in power, okay, you cry out against the people who are really in power, now you're starting to see what your real place is in life, all right? Which is below them, okay? There's a reason the Bible calls them the first of the nations, is because they would be dictating policy all over the earth, man, okay? Now, they do it under a different guise, all right, different countries, NATO, the EU, America. But ultimately, the earth is run by a fairly small group of people. Okay, that's how the prophecy said things would go down, man. Okay, that Esau is the end of the world. Esau's a minority, man, and even among Esau, all right, there's a sub tribe, Amalek, man. All right, that's what we're dealing with here, man. So get ready for the famine of the word to be, you saw 2020, how they was doing, how antsy they were, how scared they was for you telling somebody not to do something, not to take certain, medical procedures. They putting a tag on your video. Next thing you know, it's taken down. Next thing you know, you got a strike. And how many pages were lost because Esau is scared that he's going to lose control of the narrative. Well, just wait until their real power is being threatened. Okay, which it is right now. They're gonna crack down. I foresee that. YouTube, Facebook, all of the big tech companies, Apple, they're gonna crack down on all of this, man. All of it. We may not be out here for much longer, man. Honestly, Lord's will, man. We are sick and tired of looking at you people. Every Saturday we go out, you people are in this dopey ass mirth spirit, man. For what? Everything is literally crumbling around you, man. Most of you people have more credit card debt alone that you can handle, man. Okay? Most of y'all are upside down on your house. Okay? Well, why aren't y'all crying out? Because the covering cast is still over these people, but the Lord is going to remove that shortly, okay? Anyway, I just wanted to speak a few words on that matter, Lord willing. This is edifying. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rachak Shalom Kom Yasharal.